We have now come to a very special part of the celebrations, the 2009 Marketing Hall of Fame. The Marketing Hall of Fame recognises individuals who have made a lifetime commitment to the marketing industry, resulting in marketing excellence and success. The Hall of Fame is proudly supported by Television New Zealand. This year's Hall of Fame inductee is to be posthumously inducted. The 2009 Hall of Fame inductee is Peter Spencer. Peter Spencer joined the industry in Wellington as a raw recruit in 1966 at Illit Advertising, and 5 years later moved to Illit Auckland as an account director on such clients as Broadlands Finance, Diners Club, Dulux and NZ Forest Products. He moved to Macias in 1976 and 2 years later was appointed to the Macias board. In 1981 he became managing director of Macias Wellington. In 1984, Peter became chairman of the 4As in Wellington, and 2 years later was appointed managing director of Macias Brisbane. In 1988, he returned to New Zealand as a director of Mattingly Advertising Auckland. It was during this period he coined his infamous post-pitch phrase of, "If we're good, they don't deserve us." 1992 saw Peter appointed Managing Director of Ogilvy and Mather Auckland, a position he held until buying into Marsden Inch in 1996. For Peter, it was as if all his other roles were his apprenticeship for Marsden Inch recruitment, and he had finally found his true calling. In all his roles, Peter had been a mentor and promoter of up-and-coming talent, but none more so than that as a recruiter. His blog on the Marsden Inch website, highlighting the way young creative teams are treated by some agencies on the promise of employment while working for zilch, should be compulsory reading for all agency principals. There are few people in this industry on whom Peter has not had some influence during some stage of their careers, be it for advice on how to get started in the industry, advice on a career move, or simply interviewing a candidate for a particular role. If that candidate was not suited to that particular role, Peter had no hesitation in telling them so and guiding them into a role more suited to their capabilities. It was this principle that made Marsden Inch the preeminent recruitment agency for the industry. Clients and candidates alike were always comfortable that when Peter recommended anyone for a particular position, then that was the best candidate available. Peter's ability to find candidates was based on his talent for spotting people at award ceremonies and like events. Few winners ever got away from the event without a congratulatory comment from Peter as he passed his business card to them. Many of these became lifelong friends, and the hundreds of cards with touching stories of how Peter had assisted them with their careers, which turned up at the Spencer home following Peter's untimely death, were testimony to his ability to foster friendships. In 2008, Peter identified the need for a full-service agency recruitment group, covering all aspects of the industry from account service through creative, media, digital and management. Thus, the Agency Recruitment Group was born, with the goal to have the best recruiter in each area of the industry involved. While Peter never saw his dream through to completion, those involved are more determined than ever that his dream will become a reality he so often talked about. Peter was, for a number of years, a judge of the AD Media Agency of the Year Awards, and it's interesting to note that of all the awards held, this was the one that created the least amount of controversy. His total understanding of agency life and performance ratios stood him in great stead, as well as his appreciation of the people who operate within the agencies. To quote Cindy Mitchener, Peter always had the right phrases. He said the right things at the right time. He was known universally as a very likeable man, with impeccable manners and a passion for his business. Recruitment was not his only passion. For many, many years, Peter was board member of Workforce, the organisation dedicated to providing employment and assistance to those with mental and physical disabilities, a role he took great pride in and dedicated many hours of his time to. In addition, he was a member of the Green Spot Club, a group of 50 who raised money for the North Shore Hospice through organised social events. These included racing thoroughbreds with such notable names as Lunch Cutter and Stays on Tour. Neither made the equine annuals of thoroughbred history, but they did provide the group with the reason to put on another fundraising event. 6 years ago, Peter and Michelle left the city to take up residence on a 10-acre lifestyle block at Karaka. Peter's first venture into raising steers will go down in the folklore of the area. Against all local advice, he named the 12 unsuspecting steers on their arrival at 18 Clark Road, the 12 Apostles. So Matthew, Mark, Luke and John etc. became firm friends with Farmer Pete as he fed them tidbits and attended to their every need. All great until the day came 12 months later for them to go to the slaughterhouse. It was Farmer Pete who refused to eat steak for months afterwards, just in case. Peter Spencer was just one of those guys who believed that anything was possible and could not accept no for an answer. If there was something he couldn't do, he always believed that there was someone out there who could, and would leave no stone unturned to track them down. He engendered friendship, adored his family, loved his wine and the companionship of others, and would never let anyone down on a promise or commitment he made to them. So Peter Spencer, the man with the big heart, the man who never understood the meaning of the word no, the man who put so many of us on the road to success, has left us with so many great memories. Over time, we may forget most of the things he said, but we will never forget how great he made us feel. This accolade, as an inductee into the New Zealand Marketing Hall of Fame, is a fitting tribute to Peter's greatness.